Hello there, my name is Marlise and welcome to the chalkboard. Today we're going to talk about breathing. Breathing is so imperative, obviously. I mean, we're not going to be alive if we're not breathing. But when we're talking about changing a habit or transforming a habit, there's something that can happen. You always see sort of ideas like take a deep breath. The inhale of a breath is very important. But there are other elements or other aspects to the breath that are also very, very important. For example, breathing in, and then you know how you take that pause, and you kind of pause for a second, and then you breathe out. And then there's that pause that happens again before you breathe into a brand new breath. These pauses are very important. I first heard about the pause through Tara Brach, who talks about the sacred pause. That pause that gives you an opportunity to stop before you respond or react. So that's one of the things. So taking that big deep breath, but also taking a moment to pause, exhaling, taking a moment to pause, inhaling. Okay, so there's the sacred pause, there's the in breath, and then of course the external or the exhale of our breath. That is our final breath, the exhale that we will all take someday. But it is very, very important when we are doing exercises to help us to transform a habit to pay attention to this out breath, because this can be the breath that helps us to imagine, toxins coming out of our body or negative energy coming out of our body. And that is also a very important breath. So yes, it's great to take a nice deep breath, but we want to remember all of the mechanics of the breath. They're all here to help us to relax. Good deep breath, really deep in your lung lobes, is going to really help you to nourish your parasympathetic nervous system, which will also help you to calm down and again give you that sacred moment, that sacred pause to just be, without being a response, without being a reaction, without having an idea of what is happening in your external environment, but just to be. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take a nice inhale, we're going to pause, we're going to exhale, and we're going to pause before we take the new breath. And we're going to go on the count of 4. So the first breath is going to be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then pause, 1, 2, 3, 4, before taking the next breath, okay? So I'll just take the breath and you can come with me, you can see my fingers counting, okay? Let's begin. Oh, I wanted to say, you can find a lot about box breathing online, or I like to call it circle breathing just because I love circles. I'm kind of a circle person. It's not the same as circular breathing, but it's just another way to illustrate the activity of breathing, okay? So take a moment, get in your center, and let's begin. Okay, so you can see how just taking that nice breath and following it through from the very beginning of the breath to the very end of the breath, and that pause, really being grateful for the fact that you are still taking this breath it's such a miracle that we get to oxygenate our blood. We get to bring that freshly oxygenated blood through our body, really using the entire lung. And as you're exhaling, you want to feel your lungs actually pushing that stale air out of your body. Now, of course, you're not going to be walking around all day going, and counting and then, waiting at the grocery. You might. I actually started doing that a while ago, really feeling that exhale. This way, we can bring ourselves back to our center. Really nourish this ability that we have to be calm. Really nourish this ability that we have to pause before we respond with a word or an action. And then just be really grateful to our lungs, to the mechanics of our entire body, that we can use this amazing tool of breathing to help us to transform a situation, a habit, an outcome of some sort. Our breath is this place that is available to us at every single second of the day. It's here. You don't have to go to the next room for it. You get to carry it with you. So really, really centering in on that breath, enjoying your breath. As you practice this, counting from 1 to 4, you might be able to actually, increase the timing. 5 counts, 6 counts, 7 counts. If you find yourself in a stressful situation, you may only go 3 counts. If you're already calmed down, you may find yourself being able to up the count to 6. So play around with it, explore it. When we do a hypnotherapy session or a tapping session or any kind of session where we're really centering, even voice lessons, we take that moment to inhale, pause, exhale. When you're singing, exhaling all the breath, and then taking that pause and inhaling. It helps if you have a straight back. That inhale is going to help you to relax all those upper body muscles, your shoulders, your sore neck muscles, that attachment between where your skull sits on your spinal column, everything. So I would love to hear how you are able to experiment with this, and if it's useful and when it's useful to you, to really pay attention, to be aware, to engage, to participate and explore this kind of breathing. It will help you when you're not being very conscious of your breathing to really just train that breathing to be more automatic, right? So this is a training process of breathing so that when you're not paying attention, you're doing whatever, going to the grocery store, driving, talking with other people, that becomes more of your MO of breathing, so to speak, okay? So I wish you all the best. I like breathing with you. I appreciate you. Take care.